Good evening, everybody. If you're in Europe, good afternoon. If you're in the States, or if you're, I don't know, anywhere else around the world, good morning. Welcome another week to the live stream here on the channel. Today we will be testing games for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2 since there are a few new things going on with the PlayStation 2 emulator. I believe 3 or 4 days ago there was a new release for the PCSX2 emulator, which has really improved things in that regard. So we will be going through a few games for PlayStation 2 and some other games that I've been testing for PlayStation 3 on top of those that still aren't working. So guys, what a week, eh? It's been a crazy week. I'm still getting a few things ready around here. We've seen the Steam Deck show up on YouTube. Yesterday was Nintendo's Direct. So many things going on this week. I don't know. February seems to be a hell of a month, eh? So, I'm having some issues here. Just make sure everything's running fine. Okay, everything seems to be okay here. Okay, so yeah, as I said, let's get this out of the way and let's move over to my desktop. So here we are, guys. Today I'm adding a new feature to the stream. As you guys can see here, I'm adding CPU, memory, and temperature. I'm not sure if you guys were able to see that. It's usually up in the top right corner. However, today I was finally able to get it, onto the actual stream so you guys can also see what's going on in the performance department, right? So let's just make sure everything here is running properly. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's close a few things around here. So yeah, guys, I'm really amazed at how emulation is working at the moment with the M1 Mac. As I said a minute ago, they released a new build for the PCSX2 emulator. You guys can get a link for that in my Discord channel. It's running much better. There are lots of games that I wasn't able to get. I wasn't able to emulate properly, and now at least I am. Not at the best resolution. One would expect maybe, I don't know, in the performance department, well, we can get many games to run at least 720p. So, let's start with PlayStation 3, which is why we're all here. And guys, I'm also having a hard time trying to get more PlayStation 3 games to run and emulate. It's not being easy, but anyways, I'm doing all I can. So, here you guys can see on screen my list of games. There's tons of games here. They're just taking up so much space on my hard drive. I'm holding on to them until, further updates of the emulator come out so that I can continue testing these games. And once they're at least, in a play, they're functional, right? I'll upload a video to the channel. So the first game we're going to try out today is Bound by Flame. Now, I've never heard of this game, but I came across it. I checked the compatibility on the RPCS3 website, and everything was thumbs up there. So without further ado, let's get into it. As I said before, guys, you can see now down here, actually around there, you guys can see CPU, RAM, and temperature, which I believe is something very interesting. You guys can get a better perspective on how the M1 is managing resources. But we do need to bear in mind a few things here. First of all, OBS, the streaming app, doesn't use that much RAM. It's using 600 megabytes of RAM. However, Safari, which is open since I have the stream software up and running, that is using 1.8 gigabytes of RAM. That's a lot of RAM. And the emulator on its own, well, look at that. I just opened up the game and we're already at 75% of my RAM used. So it's probably going to use lots of swap file. So, as I said, this is Bound by Flame. Let's get into the game. I've never heard of this game. I've never played it. Just going to make sure here in the audio category, music is excellent. It is. So, I already started a game. So what we're going to do is just going to continue what I started so I can get all the intro out of the way. That helps us time. Save time, sorry. So for those of you who are joining, I just want you to know that I added here the specs of the system in real time, CPU, memory, and temperature, so you guys can get a better perspective on how that is running. And as I said earlier, this is bound by Flame, which seems to be, at least at first, a fully functional game. Like right off the bat, it's running pretty well. So let's speak here to this guy. Yeah, I'm really hoping that the official support for the PS3 emulator on Mac comes out, and we can see, you know, much more, because I don't know, I'm having a hard time finding other games. Okay, so what is he telling us? I don't really feel like poking around. I was hoping an object like that would be easy to find, but I can't see it anywhere. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, so we need to look for a stone. Okay. Okay, so look, this game, it's running at 720p. It doesn't look that bad. Like, at least there's no glitching going on. Shadows, I'm not sure. And textures are loading properly, so at least, you know, in this regard, and it's not lagging. It's running at 30 frames per second, pretty steady right now. So that's pretty cool. Now this guy's asking me to look for a stone that's a sphere stone. So what am I supposed to do? There's a door here. Okay, I have to go this way. So look at the textures, guy. Everything seems to be rendering decently, at least. So let's see if... I'm not sure if anybody has heard of this game. It's called Bound by Flame. But, okay, I found the lost artifact. And I guess I got to take it back to the guy who's looking for it, who is this guy.
Well, yeah. Did you find it?
I think so. Would this happen to be your imagination?
He seems to be pleased with our finding.
That has to be it. The throbbing when you hold it in your hand?
He talks it like it's the ring.
Fantastic. Thank you. Here.
Oh, what is he giving me in return?
That's okay. Thanks.
No, we're not accepting it, whatever it is. Okay, so let's move on. What else? There's supposed to be a door here? Exit the temple. No, we don't want to exit the temple, not just yet. Well, you know what? We are going to exit the temple so you guys can see how the game renders in the outside world. So, hi to everybody who's just joined us. Okay, so now that we're outside, the frame rate has dropped to about 22 frames per second. And temperatures are going all the way up to 89, 90 degrees. You guys can see down below. We will incur in thermal throttling. And this is all it's in the graphics department, obviously, what's going on here. Let's go back into the temple. Hey, Diogo, how are you? Not bad, my friend. How you doing? How's that Thursday coming along?
These brutes make me nervous. I only hope they're worth what we're paying them.
Okay, we just came through this way, so.
These brutes make me nervous.
Okay, so at least, you know, indoors, the game is running fairly well, right? There's supposed to be a door or something here. Am I not seeing it? Okay, up the stairs. Something to search around here. Refined metal. Okay. What's this? Je ne sais pas. Okay, so up the stairs, I guess. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining the live stream today. If you just joined, today I had a special announcement to make. I'm not sure if you guys are aware that they released a new, it's like a new build for the PCSX2 emulator for PlayStation 2 on the M1 Mac, and it's running much better. There are significant improvements compared to what we've seen before. I've never really showcased PlayStation 2 games. However, today I will be. So what's going on here? Do I have to jump or something? Nope. Nope. This is not the way, definitely. So has anybody heard of this game? Like, do you guys know this game? Bound by Flame. I feel somewhat lost. Did I? I just came up this way. Okay. Let's see what's going around here. So the story is that we're supposed to be protecting a guild of, I don't know what they said before, but they're supposed to, sorcerers, I think it is, something like that. Yeah, this could be my 100th video. Yeah, actually, you know what? It could be my 100th video. You know, that's, we should celebrate this, shouldn't we? Let's get cake for everyone. That would be cool. I guess I got to talk to people around here so that they start assigning. Okay, the frame rate just dropped ever so slightly. Oh, wait, you guys can't see the frame rate. Sorry. Oh, we got something to search around here. Okay. So it doesn't seem like I can jump as a character here. So it's not like, you know, Prince of Persia or Assassin's Creed where you're going to be jumping all over the place. Where's the champagne? Yeah. We should celebrate for sure. Okay. What's going on here? Leather and health potion. Great. So this is this like an RPG? This is telling me that there's a door. Oh, actually, it was just a way to the bottom. So what's going on around here? Nothing. And we didn't miss anything around here, did we? Hopefully we didn't. Let's see. Can I jump? Nope. Can I jump? Nope. How about over here? Nope. Damn, I hate when you feel lost in these games. So definitely it's not around here. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not sure if anybody's joining in now. I added the specs, the system performance down in the bottom left corner. You guys can see CPU, memory, and temperatures. And, oh wait, I can jump a little bit around here. But no, this is definitely not the way. This is odd. Oh wait, there's room around here. Oh, we weren't here earlier. Okay, more leather. So I guess there's nope. Nope. Yes. We have a bag, we have skill tree. Okay, diary, a map. So, weapons. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on here in this game. Yeah, I guess it's a boring game, eh? What can we do about it? Anyways, we're just here to see how performance is running, you know? And, yeah, I guess you guys are all tired of this game, eh? Anyways, let's just sum it up here. The game is running fine. This is bound by Flame. It's running at 720p. It's not using that much RAM. However, the CPU is it's out the roof. It's at 90 degrees. Well, you know, it feels like an RPG game, or at least some type of RPG game, like an MMO. But I'm definitely lost. I guess I would have to start talking to characters. So you know what? We're going to leave it here for now, and we're going to move on to another game. Now, that was Bound by Flame. The good thing about it is that it's working. So if you own the M1 MacBook Pro with the active cooling fan, you should be able to play this. That is if you want to, you know. This is a cool. This is actually not a new game or anything. However, where is it? God damn it! Here it is. This is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Trilogy HD. Now, this includes 3 games, and it's interesting to see how all of these 3 work, since I've tried testing them on. Given my experience on games, given my experience with emulation, there are a few things we would have to keep in mind. First is the game actually running, right? Do we have any graphical glitches? Does the game crash? Like in those regards, the game seems to be running pretty fine. Like everything was in its place. Nobody was missing their textures. Shadows were rendering correctly. About the game and the story, I have no clue. However, in the performance department, I would say that it is heating up a lot, the CPU. So it's one of those games I wouldn't recommend playing for an extended period of time, as I've said many other times, since you could cause damage, obviously, to the MacBook Air. But I don't know, maybe I'd give it a 7. Eh? There are a lot of things to keep in mind, but I don't know. Maybe a 7 would be good. So, as I was saying earlier, Splinter Cell HD Trilogy. I played these great classics back on the PlayStation 2. These are pretty fun games. That is, if you do enjoy Splinter Cell, of course. Let's get rid of the music here. And as I was saying earlier, I tried testing these games on the PlayStation 2 emulator before the actual update came out. And I had a really hard time trying to get them to run. But here, on the PlayStation 3, the Splinter Cell HD Trilogy, at least this first one, Splinter Cell HD, is running pretty well. Like, I would give this game, I would have to play it more, obviously. That's another one of those factors that we would have to consider, right? That if the game crashes throughout the game, right? But this one, look at the graphics, guy. Like, this is a PlayStation 2 game, right? And I don't know. It's looking pretty sharp to me. Yep.
Now the one on your right.
Okay.
Same thing for pitch. Look for another light up in the rafters on the ceiling. Excellent. Now look for one on the ground in front of you.
Okay. Gran Turismo. Well, we could try Gran Turismo 5. It has improved, but it's still not there yet, you know? That's why I was thinking about uploading a new video on GT5, but the sound is still broken. And there are still some issues. My God, you guys can see the dust from the guy's hand on the ledge. That's actually pretty cool, you know, for a PlayStation 2 game.
We'll let you do your thing here.
Okay.
Looking at your basic assault course.
I think this game looks pretty good if you're looking into playing. Whoops, once again, I forgot to leave this. So, use pressure on left stick to adjust your speed. The higher pressure, the faster you. Okay. Yeah, I guess as usual. It doesn't look that bad. Like right now, the frame rate isn't steady at 60 FPS. It is dropping at about 40, but that is probably due to thermal throttling right now. And even with thermal throttling, the game does feel very smooth, guys. It feels very smooth. Climbing on vertical pipe or beam is like using a ladder. interact. Okay. So what am I supposed to do now? Oops, I think I missed out on something here. So this game did run at 60 FPS when I tested it earlier today. Oops, nope. Oh, so I have something else here. Oh, that's just information. No, I don't have GPU. I don't have GPU percentage anywhere. That's one of my, but as far as I can judge here, if I'm seeing that the CPU is at 50% and the temperature is all the way maxed out, well, obviously the bottleneck here is the GPU, right? We do have to remember that this entry-level MacBook Air has the 7 GPU core. You had to get the 16 gigabyte model in order to get the full 8 cores on the GPU. But no, actually no GPU around here. I only get CPU. I'll have to look into that for the future. I do have temperatures, however. I don't know. Oh, that's what they were talking about. Okay. Jump between narrow walls. Split jump. Stand next to a wall and press triangle. Okay. Okay. Pretty cool. So yeah, probably when we're seeing that as I said earlier, the CPU is at around 50% and the temperature is through the roof, like it is the case now. This is Splinter Cell. This is Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell HD, part of the... Oh, no, I'm not in Portuguese, no. Well, we're neighbors. We're pretty close. Okay, so guys, we've seen enough of the first Splinter Cell. We still have 2 other ones to try out. So you guys can already see here the frame rate is dropping a little bit. Temperatures are at 90 degrees. That's whoops, did I just die here? That is kind of crazy for Are we still live? Okay, yes, we are. I'm using a software called iStats. Here's iStats menu. Yeah, we are live. I thought I lost you. So the next one we're trying, which is part of the trilogy, is Splinter Cell Pandora tomorrow. Let's go for it. The good thing is that these games, as someone else said earlier, what score would you give it? Well, I would give this game, this trilogy, except for the last one, which is Chaos Theory, I would give it easily a 7 and 8 as well, because they are running fine. Textures are loading without any apparent issues. we would have to further test the game in order to find out if the game is actually working, like if you can actually play the game. I usually just test the first mission, right? I don't usually just go through the whole game. However, usually first impressions, if I can get through the first mission, the rest shouldn't be that bad. We did have issues back in the day with God of War, I believe it was. But you know, usually if we get past the first 30 minutes, the rest should be fine. I woke up kind of sick today. I thought I had COVID. Okay, so this game right off the bat, it's lagging. However, I do have to say that this is because of the thermal throttling.
Let's work on stealth. Your gun should always be your last resort.
I don't know. I don't know which game I would give a 10 out of 10 right now for the PS3 emulator.
If the meter's at 3, you're lit up like Times Square.
The thing is that more than just which temperature is good, we have to bear in mind that the M1 MacBook Air has no fan. It's fanless, right? And let's say it has its own emergency brake, right? When it hits around 90 degrees Celsius, the SoC, that's where the actual M1 chip is with the SSD and the RAM, it's all put together. It's quite small, actually. When that hits around 90 degrees, what the system does is it underclocks itself so that temperatures go down, right? And since it doesn't have a fan for active cooling, nothing would cool it in the event of heating up. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't be playing games at above 80 degrees Celsius. Exactly. 80 to 90 degrees. Like, I wouldn't be playing games above those temperatures. At least for extended periods. Exactly. For extended periods of time. Let's see. We have to understand this. Obviously, when you're going to be rendering a video, let's say, for instance, in Final Cut Pro, and that video is going to take 15 minutes to render, your CPU will go all the way up to 90 degrees. Obviously, you're maxing out your performance. Same things with games. Like, you can play Minecraft or you can play any of these games, and you could play them for an hour or two. The thing is not to have the system like ongoing at 80, 90 degrees for hours and hours and hours and hours. If that's where I would recommend the M1 MacBook Pro, not the M1 Pro or the M1 Max. The, let's say, old model M1 MacBook Pro, which is the one that Filippo Bravo has, because that one has active cooling. So if whenever the system considers it's heating up too much, the fans will just kick in and you'll be set with that. This, however, this MacBook wasn't specifically designed for gaming, right? So we just have to keep that in mind, right? We just have to remember that this is more of a... Okay, I just saw some glitching there, guys. This is more of a, you know, like an everyday laptop for work, school, and light gaming. Like, you can't get away with light gaming. Heck, that's what we're promoting here on the channel, right? Okay, I think there's something going on here with the lights. No, there isn't. So yeah, as I said, this game is lagging a bit. But look at the temperatures, 84 degrees. And once again, yeah, that's just to be safe. You know what I mean? I don't want you ruining your MacBook Air in, I don't know, in a year, right? I'm tired of this. Let's move on to the last one. So that we can keep moving on to other games. Yeah, it's just to be safe. I kind of regret not having purchased the M1 MacBook Pro, since I would really profit from the fan. But, you know, that's how life is, I guess. I just had such a bad experience with my 2019 MacBook Pro. It had the i5 processor, and I remember the Turbo Boost technology would just ramp up the fans all the time. You would open up Safari, the fans would max out. You would open up a Word document and the fans would just max out. So I had a really, really bad experience with that laptop, and I decided the idea of not having a fan was so appealing to me at that moment that I didn't really give it thought, at least, to kind of future-proof it. However, I'm still very happy with my purchase. Don't get me wrong. The M1 MacBook Air, as I said in my video earlier, for $999, come on, guys. It's a steal right now. And, maybe this year, by the end of this year, or maybe next year, they might come out with the new design for the for the MacBook Air. And if they do, believe me, with inflation, with the ongoing crisis with China and the whole chip crisis and the parts and everything going up like crazy, it won't cost $999. So that's one thing to keep in mind there. So this is Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. This is the third game in the trilogy pack. This is part of the HD remaster, I would say, of the... No, I don't think so. I don't think it would have better performance because you already have to use part of your resources to emulate, or let's say to virtualize Windows. And then Windows would have to translate the ARM code, well, the x86, x64 code to ARM code. So I don't think it would be better. We could try it out, however, but I don't think it would be better. At least on this Mac. If you own the M1, the maxed out M1 Max that cost like $4 or $5 grand, well, I think that MacBook will just, it'll do anything you hit at it. So this is Chaos Theory. This game is running somewhat better at around 30 frames per second. It does feel like it's trying to hit more, like it's not locked at a stable 60. Exactly, guys. You have to keep in mind a few things here. Inflation in the United States right now is at 7%. Here in Europe, it's somewhat similar. We have this crisis right now going on with Ukraine and Russia and China and the scarcity when it comes to chips. So Apple didn't raise their prices this year. But they didn't raise their prices with the iPhones and... Exactly. Well, if they actually redesign the MacBook Air, they will have an excuse to raise the price. Yeah, exactly. Like, student discounts are really, really, really good. I always get I still have my student accounts from university, and I always do all my purchases through my student account. So I can get the headphones and whatnot, right? But yeah, guys, like I would predict that prices are to go up at least a 10%. So I know $999 is a very appealing number, and Apple plays a lot with the marketing there, and $999 fits very well in the lineup. Like, you have to study the lineup, right? You have the entry-level M1 MacBook Air. Then you have the M1 MacBook Pro. And then you have the M1 Pro and M1 Max. And usually Apple tries to keep each and one of them in a different price point so that they all fit nicely into the same category, right? So $999 is very appealing because it doesn't reach 1,000, and it feels like it's cheaper, obviously. But if they do come out with a new model, let's say, the model the actual M1 Pro and M1 Max has with the notch and all that, if they do apply that to the new, to the MacBook Air, I would expect, this is my opinion, I would expect a rise in prices. But I could be wrong, I could be wrong, who knows?
Coming from ahead, but Lambert. When I think gorilla, I think Kalashnikov.
What do you mean?
I've had enough AKs fired
I don't know.
in my time to tell you that wasn't
Apple, you know, they do their marketing strategy. They're aces at marketing strategy. Yeah, you get free headphones. Yeah. Now they're giving out AirPods, but before they were giving out Beats. The big Beats, actually the ones I own wireless Beats by Dre Pro 3, whatever they call it. It's more marketing than anything else. You know, sound isn't that good. But I must say that they give it out for free. So in that regard,
That sounds pleasant.
see if I can shoot this guy. Okay. Yeah, you can buy refurbished. Like, I'm not usually the type of guy who would recommend buying something Apple. Okay, guys, look at this right here. Sorry for interrupting the conversation, but look at the textures on Sam. They're glitching. So we are seeing some issues here on Chaos Theory, and it probably has to do with reflections and lighting. As I was saying, yeah, the beats are bad. The beats are really bad, believe me, guys. Right out the box, they're nice, they're cool, they're fashionable and stuff. But the battery life, it's been degrading ever so fast. And, you know, I'll show you later. The plastic coating, the fake leather plastic coating, after roughly 2 years, it's already wearing off. It's peeling off. And it's very annoying because I'm getting all these bits of plastic all over the place. On my clothes, on my neck. So yeah, Beats aren't good. I'd rather get AirPods, of course. No, isn't that nice? Look how we took that guy out.
I think you're right about the equipment, Sam.
Yeah. They got themselves a little stuck.
So all in all, guys, this game is running over 30 FPS.
See if those crates have SS
In the performance department, well, you guys can see. Once again, this seems to be one of those GPU bound games where the GPU is bottlenecking the rest. CPU is only at 58%. And temperatures 88, 89. So I don't know. If I would have to test this game for PlayStation 2, however. Now that the PlayStation 2 emulator is running much better. So that's that for this game, guys. I'm not going to show anymore. Yeah. Beats are all pretty bad marketing, actually, to be honest with you guys. They're not really worth it. Like the what do they call it? The active noise canceling that the headset has is really bad. Like when I'm on the train and I can still hear everything. So no good for me. I really want to get my hands on the AirPods Pro, I think they're called, or I think they're called AirPods Pro. Those seem very nice. Everybody talks wonders of them. Next game that we're testing out is Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands. Now, this game wasn't working at all a few weeks ago. And you guys are going to laugh at me. What are they called? These ice packs. The other day, I put an ice pack under the MacBook Air just to see if I would be able to actually lower the temperature. Oh, AirPods Mac, thanks. I put an ice pack below the MacBook Air, and I did see some improvement in performance. Like, temperatures did drop. Like, I avoided thermal throttling, and it dropped from the low 90s to the low 80s. So, but I didn't do it for so long because condensation, is an issue there. I don't want to get anything wet. Yeah, kind of crazy, eh? It's like I'm desperate just to cool my MacBook Air. But I will say one thing. Once my warranty is over, I will open it up and I will do the thermal pad hack thing. I just won't do it until my warranty is over, because they can find out if you've opened up, if you remove the back plate. And Apple's warranty is superb. Like I purchased it at their shop and the warranty is very good. So I had an issue with my 2019 MacBook Pro. I had that issue where if you were using a third-party dongle and you were using the power draw, the pass-through power draw, one day all of a sudden I opened my MacBook and it was bricked. Like it was fried. Something happened. I wasn't using Apple's dongle. I was using a third-party dongle. And I took it to the shop. I took it to the Apple store, and they just verified that the laptop wasn't turning on. They did all their testing and all that stuff, and they took it into repair. And like 3 days after, I had it on at my door. So no complaints there. That's why I always recommend buying in the shop. Okay, so this is one of those games that's beating the crap out of the MacBook Air, the M1 MacBook Air. CPU, 95%. Temperatures, 90 degrees. I wouldn't be surprised if the live stream starts to lag. Now, when I did, when I placed the ice pack underneath the MacBook, it did profit. Like temperatures did drop and everything went much better. Am I going to die? Yeah. So I'm not going to show any more of this game because it's just lagging too much. It's just lagging too much. There's no point in just, generating more lag. It's going to lag the stream. It's going to lag everything. So we're just going to let the CPU cool down there for a second. Let's take a look at these. Take a look at the temperatures right now. Here we go. So for example, here we were hitting 92 degrees. 92 degrees is just too much. The GPU, 90 degrees. Performance cores, 95 degrees. That is brutal. And yeah, that's about it. That's as hot as it gets. So now that it's cooled down a little to 73 degrees, we're going to try one of these PlayStation Classic Ridge Racer 7. Now this game, it seems to work at first. Like you can actually get into a race and start, just playing the game. However, all of a sudden, out of the blue, the game crashes. The M1 has, I believe it has 8 cores. It has 4 efficiency cores and 4 high performance cores. And on top, this base model has 7 GPU cores. Your M1 MacBook Pro has 8 cores. So, they arbitrarily just disable one of the cores just for the heck of it, Oops. So yeah, this has 4 efficiency cores, 4 high performing cores, and the ARM architecture built at 5 nanometers. Okay, that's enough. Let's get into the game. Ridge Racer 7, guys.
Welcome to Ridge State, the home of drift racing.
Okay, remember I was saying that the game crashes? Well, it just crashed. Like, you can still listen to the game. It's still running in the background. However, there's nothing going on screen. And now it just crashed. It totally crashed. So we're going to try it again. Okay, now the emulator is crashing. So this is something that's like every day when I'm testing the ROMs for the PlayStation 3 emulator. This is something I have to go through at least hundreds of times a day. Now it's dead. So do any of you guys own a Nintendo Switch? Did you guys check out the Nintendo Direct last night? Or yesterday? Come on. I don't want to. Nobody out there with a Switch? Am I the only one with a Switch? Well, while we're waiting, I'll drink some water here. Yeah, a lot of people actually loved Mario Strikers. And did you watch the Direct yesterday? Did you guys catch any of the new upcoming games? I really enjoyed Xenoblade Chronicles 3. The graphics looked amazing. I don't know, like I was really amazed by the graphics on that game. Now, I hope it doesn't run as bad as it did Chronicles 2 ran. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 ran, you know, where resolution would drop. Oh, it crashed again. I can't believe this is happening. Yeah, everything's as it should. We're going to give it one more shot. Yeah, Wii Sports came back. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was looking nice for the Nintendo Switch, which is a pretty subpar console these days. And did you guys hear that the guy said that the Nintendo Switch was at half of its life? This thing's been around for almost 5 years, and they're expecting to get another 5 years out of it. I don't know. Okay, now it's not even loading. Nothing. Ridge Racer isn't working at all today. Kirby, my brother and I, we were talking about Kirby, and we both agreed that we would label it Kirby Odyssey, because, you know, the whole open world concept thing, it looked very cool. I don't know. I don't play Kirby, but just looking at the game, the art style and all that, I really enjoyed it. We're going to try Gran Turismo 5 for that guy who yelled out the other. Yeah. But do you guys have Nintendo Switch Online Plus? The extra pack? Or whatever they want to call it. Like Nintendo Switch Online. And then they have Nintendo Switch Online Pro or Ultra or something like that. Where you're supposed to get that horrible Nintendo 64 emulator. Exactly. I know. That's exactly what I said. So far they came out with the Switch version 1. Then they released the Switch Lite and the Switch version 2. Then they released the Switch OLED. If you want to keep pushing that for another 5 years, you're going to have to come out with a Pro. But we've been hearing about the Pro Switch for God knows how long. Hi, Claire. I know they have to release a Switch Pro, but this is Nintendo we're talking about. Okay, so guys, just to let you know, when I tested the video that's on my channel that you've seen here, at this in the menu, we wouldn't be able to see this car being rendered. So that's one of the that's part of the progress that I've seen here. Yeah, it is weak. It's a weak console. In general, for me, what I enjoy most of the Switch is portability. It barely weighs anything, and it does give you a lot of battery life, especially if you're playing, more like indie type games. I'm playing this game now called Beat Cop. Do you guys know Beat Cop? It's like a 2D 8-bit game, and it's kind of cool, actually. I'm enjoying it, and it's one of those games that you would easily get 10 hours out of the Switch's battery. Oh, lucky him who owns a PlayStation 5. So, guys, as you can already tell, at this point, we've lost sound in the game. However, on my video on YouTube, this part of the intro is all black, right? We wouldn't see these cars just getting ready to race. Now, I do have the frame rate capped at 30 FPS. The game can run at 60 FPS. However, I do cap it at 30. And we're seeing the same issues that we saw, or that you guys can see on my video. The textures on the road, they seem to change color whenever they want to. There is still some lag going on. It struggles to even stay at 30 FPS, even though the game is meant to be played at 60. But there are a lot of improvements. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. The game has improved quite a bit. This is inside the car. Frame rate drops. Obviously, there's much more detail to be rendered here. This is in front of the car. Frame rate is somewhat better because it's not rendering your own car. So this seems to be a little better here. And this is just by default. So yeah, this is Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. The sound is still broken. You guys can't listen or can't hear anything because the sound just doesn't work. And look at that. The track just, it goes black, it goes gray, it goes black. The textures are glitching. And in the resource department, well, look at that. The CPU is at 90 degrees. And I just crashed. And it's lagging a lot. Okay, nothing good here. So that was Gran Turismo 5, guys. There isn't much to see with Gran Turismo 5, really. Like, it's not running... It's not good enough yet. I haven't tried... We could try this game again. I really like Silent Hill, but this hasn't been fixed yet. The sound is still broken. Every day I test this game with the new builds that keep rolling out, and every day I encounter the same problem with the sound. With the music, actually. It's broken. There's no way to fix it. It's no good. It's no good. And the rest is actually, everything's the same. Like, look at all the games I have here. Beowulf, Borderlands, Burnout Paradise, Catherine, Demon's Souls, Formula 1, Fallout 3, FIFA 14, God of War Collection, God of War Origins Collection, GT5 Prologue, Just Cause 2, Killer's Dead, Minecraft, MotorStorm, NCA, NHL, Ni no Kuni, Nier, One Piece. Oh, this one is one we didn't test. We'll test this now. Operation Flashpoint Red. All of these games that I'm mentioning, there are no improvements whatsoever. Like, they're just the same as I tested them almost 5 weeks ago. So this is taking up a lot of storage on my SSD, but I'm holding on to them, just hoping that, yes, it is from today. It is from today. Yes, it is from today. And I updated on the daily. Yep. Yeah. I can try it again. But it lags, it's an ongoing issue. I believe it has to do with just the M1 MacBook Air, specifically the M1 MacBook Air lacking the necessary resources to get the game to run properly. I'm starting to think that we've hit the limit with certain games on the M1 MacBook Air, sorry. And I'm not really sure, like, okay, the emulator, it will be, further optimized, but I'm not really sure, like, until, like, to what extent it will improve. No, they're not. No. All the games are on a external, just so that you guys know, they're on an external Samsung Evo 860 with the V-NAND SSD. So this is like a 500 gigabyte hard SSD that cost me like $100. So it's top quality SSD. I'm not using cheap SSDs. And what I do have on my local hard drive are all the save files, all the installs, and that's taken up like almost 150, 160 gigabytes. Like I only have right now 18.4 gigabytes of storage left on the internal SSD. So I'm pushing the M1 MacBook Air to its limit, guys. Believe me. Look at this. It's already at 91 degrees. We're not even in the game. Yeah, that's a good question, buddy. If you've checked my website, if you've checked my YouTube channel, I have tested Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 4. Then we also tried Silent Hill HD Remaster for PlayStation 3. But I'm still working on Homecoming, Shattered Memories, which I'm going to show later in a minute, and Origins, I believe. It's actually it's a very hard choice. Like I wouldn't switch back to Windows just because what you said. Like for me, just living in the Apple ecosystem, it makes my life so much easier. I'm not sure if you guys, I'm sure you guys are aware, but it's the little things that mean so much to me. Let's say, for example, you're on your phone or you're on your Mac and you copy something on your Mac. You copy a URL or some text, and then then you can paste it on your phone. That's how good integration is with the OS system. Okay, this is enough. We're just gonna wait till the CPU. It's throttling too much. For me, it's the ecosystem. I'm just productivity with the Apple ecosystem it's brutal. It's just, for me, it's out of this world. Like, just imagine that, sometimes I have to I remember this one time where I had to set up a Fire Stick TV. I had to set up IPTV on a Fire Stick on a TV, right? So, the IPTVs, usually they give you a huge URL, right? And with the Fire Stick, all you get is a small remote. And when you have to type in the URL, what happens here is you actually have to go letter by letter, HTTP, //. And, well, you can always connect a US Bluetooth keyboard, but I didn't have one at the time. But then I found out that you can download the Fire Stick app to your iPhone. So then, I could use my iPhone to type the URL. However, when I later discovered that you can copy text from your MacBook and then you would have it and you could just paste it on your iPhone. So I was able to copy the URL from the IPTV website onto my phone and then copy that into the Fire app so that it would appear on the Fire Stick on TV. Like, it was done in a second. That blew my mind. It's like something that would take me 15 minutes having to type HTTP, and you could actually make mistakes, to just copying it in a few clicks. You can't do that on Windows. You just cannot do that on Windows. If you have an Android phone and then you have a Windows operating system, there's no integration there. I'm sorry, that's just how life is. That's just how life is, you know. There's no way around that. The emulators, yes, the emulators. These games that you are mentioning, Silent Hill, my opinion, you shouldn't have any issues playing them. Like, if you head over to the channel here, you will see immediately. For example, let's go to play. Here's Silent Hill, the first one on PlayStation. This was running pretty fine. You're not going to get any upscaling, however. You know, it's not going to look fancy-wancy. But hey, 60 FPS, PlayStation 1 game. Full 16 minutes of this. This was running pretty fine. And then I also tried out... This is Silent Hill 2. This is running at 4K, you know. Maybe it does overheat. Maybe you do hit thermal throttling. 4K is overkill, but you could easily play 1080p, 1440p, no problem. This is Silent Hill 2. Then you got Silent Hill 3, which is also working. Well, at least it was working very nicely. And this is running at almost 1440p, a little more. And it's running nice. And then you have Silent Hill 4, which in my opinion is... I love this game. I loved it a lot. And once again, here, it's running at 60 FPS, resolution 2048 by 1792. Temperatures, it does heat up, but you just drop the resolution on the MacBook Air. You know, that's all you have to do. And I believe, I don't know if we tested the HD collection for PlayStation 3. I think I did that on one of the lives. Let's just make sure here. Okay, then you have Silent Hill Downpour here, which wasn't working, you know, to the best of its extent, but nonetheless it was. It's heating up a lot, 720p, but this is PlayStation 3, you know. We are demanding too much. And this is Silent Hill HD Collection, so here you get Silent Hill 1 and 2, which once again is running... Yeah, exactly. This one was running nicely. 60 FPS. It is hitting 90 degrees, but as I'm always saying, this is the... You gotta take PlayStation 3 emulator with a pinch of salt, right? So, and today I'm gonna test, if you want to stay tuned or just drop by later, I'm gonna test Silent Hill Shattered Memories, which is actually a game I want to play for PlayStation 2. Like, you know, my honest opinion, what I usually recommend to everyone is that buy what you need, right? If you need a Mac piece, if you need a Mac laptop, if you need a Windows laptop because you're using, you know, special software or proprietary software. Let's say you work for a company that uses its own software. If you need that software and you need a Windows laptop for that, well, you have no choice, right? You need to stick with Windows. However, if you can get away with everything else and you own an iPhone or an Apple Watch or an iPad, I would not get a Windows laptop. So this is Sonic, and Sonic is lagging a lot, guys. Like, the thing is that we're hitting thermal throttling again. Look at this. Look at the system resources. 93% CPU. RAM's almost maxed out, and temperature's at 90 degrees. So, not doing very well here. But this game is also out for the Wii. I tested this game on the Wii, and I couldn't get past a certain point because you need to shake the Wii motion controller, and I don't own a Wii motion controller, so I wasn't able to. And the game's somewhat different. I must say that if you own the M1 Pro or actually any of the M1s with active cooling, even probably the Mac Mini, you could get away with this game. But just look at it, guys. The CPU is totally maxed out. It's struggling. The M1 is struggling. Like, the game does run. Like, we do have to keep in mind that the game is running. And, you know, it's not crashing. And you know, there aren't any bugs. There are no graphical glitches going on. Everything seems to be rendering quite nicely. But it's a matter of resources here. It's just, look at that. 97% CPU. There's no space for anything. It's too much for it. The M1 MacBook Air just can't put up with the performance needed for this specific emulation. Yes, it is. And to be honest, if I weren't streaming, and you know, because right now you gotta also take into consideration a few more things here. The MacBook Air is not only streaming through YouTube, it's also reading from the webcam, it's reading from the microphone, it's doing everything at the same time while it's actually emulating. So that's how powerful the M1 is. You know, just I always like to point that out because for me it's very impressive. Okay, it's struggling. 99%. But yeah, like all in all, but I'm going to close it for now. And we're going to let the computer just chill for a minute while we get, because now we're going to switch now. I'm not going to show any more PlayStation 3 games for now because we tried Bound by Flame, which was working nicely, but it was a pretty boring game, at least at first. We tried Splinter Cell HD Trilogy, which included Splinter Cell HD, Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow HD, and Chaos Theory HD, which was nice. Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands, which does run, you know, it's just, you know, the whole system is lagging right now because of thermal throttling. Ridge Racer, we tried GT5, which was improving and stuff and all. But what I'm really excited today to show you guys is the latest update to the PCSX2 emulator. This is the emulator for the PlayStation 2. And this is where actually things get very interesting today. This is where things get very interesting. I'm just going to wait a little minute here for the CPU to cool down a bit because I know it sounds dumb, PlayStation 2. Like anybody would say that a potato can run a PlayStation 2 emulator. However, we are, you know, we're getting to a moment where everything is like the community is starting to develop everything in ARM code. But for me, since I'm testing games like every day, I'm seeing the actual evolution of how things are running. And I was seeing games that last week weren't running properly for PlayStation 2. And now they are. So for me, it's very impressive. And I don't know, I feel happy to share it with you guys. So the first game we're going to try is God of War 2. Yes, I know I already did a video on God of War 2, the HD collection. Oh, I think Felipe asked me as well. I'm so sorry, Felipe Bravo. You asked me earlier to try. You asked me earlier to try. Well, we can try it at the end if we have enough time. But I really want to share this game with you guys because, yeah, tons of childhood memories. Okay, wait. The controller. Okay, this is something that usually happens with the PlayStation 3 controller. I'm going to switch from the DualShock 4 to the Xbox. Nope. Okay, wait. I might have to switch back to PlayStation. I'm sorry, buddy. To be honest, my findings are that the PlayStation 2 emulator is actually it's much more suited for playing on the M1 Mac rather than the actual PlayStation 3 emulator, because the PlayStation 3 emulator, you know, it's an alpha version. It hasn't been fully optimized yet, but with the PlayStation 2 emulator, I'm seeing much better numbers, and overall, like, you do have to do a few adjustments here and there, but overall the experience is really great for PlayStation 2, and it doesn't overheat at all. Yeah, it would probably work. Yeah, for sure. Like, look at this. I'm using the my DualShock 4 PlayStation 3 controller is wired. Like, I'm not using Bluetooth because I'm aware that there are some issues going on with Bluetooth, but I'm not using Bluetooth. I always use it hardwired to the computer. Now the game is lagging. Why is it lagging? Well, because, whoops, it's supposed to roll here. There we go. It's lagging because I'm probably using too many resources here. So let's see if I can... Let's see if I can improve the situation. It's heating up too much. But I can guarantee you guys that this game runs at 50 FPS. This is the PAL version. It does run at 50 FPS, nice and smooth. No doubt there. It's lagging now because the Mac's overheating, and it's just not cooling down. But overall, yeah, what a pity. I showed this game earlier yesterday on my Discord channel, and it was running fine. Oh, we're at the beginning here again. Oh, I don't know about performance, but when it comes to frame rate, it does. When it comes to frame rate, for sure. Wow, how am I supposed to make it to the other side? I'm kind of lost here. PAL games run at 50 hertz, well, 50 FPS, because the TVs here in Europe would run at 50 hertz. So these games run at 50 frames per second, and NTSC would run at 60 hertz because in the States they use 60 hertz. So. It was looking better on yesterday's preview. Yes, it was. As a matter of fact, it was. I am seeing some, I'm not sure if you guys can appreciate it. There are some vertical lines going on across the screen here. I'm not really sure what that's due to. I'm going to drop the resolution just for the sake of the wow. Well, that actually went pretty bad. I'm just going to raise it back to 720p. That looked like crap. It has to do with the offset, doesn't it? I don't quite remember how to fix it. How did we fix this? It had to do with the offset or something, right? I don't quite remember. Is it me or I'm just going around in circles here? Yeah, I'm using yesterday's settings. I think I am. We can check that here a second. Blending accuracy, ultra slow. CRC hack level, aggressive. Oh, wait. I had this activated. Because this is for Silent Hill. Let me just get rid of this. Oh, but it doesn't fix it. It doesn't fix it. And now it's lagging even more. Like, I'm just going to leave that on. It is set at aggressive. It already is, yeah. Yeah, it's lagging. I don't know why it's heating up so much. I'm surprised. Okay, let's see in the hacks. Yes. I don't know. We're still getting all these vertical lines here, eh? It's not working. And whatever's going on here, it's heating up. -96 degrees. Um, we're just gonna have to let the we're gonna let the system chill for a minute. We're gonna let the system cool down for a minute here. Okay. Let's let it cool down because probably it's thermal throttling like crazy, you know. So let's try and let it cool down. Such a pity I don't have a fan, you know. It's just, but I guess these are the limitations inherent to the actual fact of owning the MacBook Air, right, guys? Like, there isn't much we can do. This is the MacBook Air, you know, it is fanless, and this is what you get. That's why, if you do plan on like using the Mac for like somewhat more gaming, just get the Pro with the fan. Now there's this other game I want to test. It's here we go. It's just heating up a lot. And it's not going down. Okay, let's give it a shot. Yay, just joined the channel. Yeah, like I try to upload almost a video daily on different types of platforms. Like I said, we've been testing games for the GameCube, the Dreamcast. There's tons of games. And you know what's even more special about those consoles? That the Dolphin emulator does such a good job emulating that you can get really nice and really high resolution when it comes to these games. I know. But I can't use the ice pack hack. It's just too much. I might do a video actually, you know, comparing temperatures, but exactly. That's why I'm so amazed at Dolphin. It does such a good job. And we were even testing games for the Wii lately. Now this game is running almost perfect. There is ever so slight slag when you're choosing your car, as you'll see here in a minute. See, there you go. Just a little bit of lag there. We'll take the MX-5, which is a wonderful car. This game, like as I was saying, why am I so excited about the PlayStation 2 emulator today? It's because this specific game, Gran Turismo 3, wasn't working a month ago. And now, well, you know, there are a few glitches here and there. But, But now the game is running. Now you can play Gran Turismo 3 on your M1 MacBook Air. And in this case scenario, I don't think it's heating up that much. Like right now it's 74, 75 degrees. It's not doing that bad. Yeah, exactly. Like the Dolphin emulator, it's just brutal what they did there. So that's the whole hype here with emulation on the M1 Mac. Like just imagine when if all the emulators were coated in ARM. How do I show the car here? Okay, there we go. Now, once again, guys, the resolution is set at 1280 by 1024. This is supposed to be 720p, but it's 1280 by 1024. And it's running at 50 frames per second because this is the PAL version of the game. Emulation could be improved if I were to force progressive mode. Well, Felipe Bravo, you should test this game on your MacBook Pro at 2K, 3K, or even 4K. I'm sure it would run very nicely. But what's even more interesting here is temperatures. It's not going over 75, 76 degrees. It's not doing that bad. That's a good thing, you know? That means that if I weren't streaming and, you know, having all these devices connected to the MacBook Air, it would probably fare much better. And this, you know, this is a pretty... Let's give it a shot. Let's raise it up to 1080p. It did run pretty well at 1080p. You can tell the difference. Like the cars look like, it even looks like Need for Speed. You know, Need for Speed Underground, the one I tested the other day. However, temperatures, they're already up at 80 degrees. 78. Yeah, it's doing fine at 1080p, actually. But there is music, so I am going to get... We're going to get a hard time from YouTube on this part of the video. Yeah, but this is it. This is Gran Turismo 3 on the latest release of the PCSX2 emulator for PlayStation 2 on the M1 Mac, and it's running. It's amazing. Like, I don't have a video on this on my channel because literally this game wasn't running. And look at it today. It's running at 1080p, 50 FPS, fully playable. Gran Turismo 4. Great observation there. Great observation. Let's get into it. I think I have it around here. Gran Turismo 4. Yeah, I was expecting the question. Gran Turismo 4 is running. However, there is still lag present. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Yeah, GT4 is another story. I'm not really sure what the lag is due to. I'm not sure if it's because the emulator isn't properly set. I'm just gonna make sure the music is not running here. Now, Gran Turismo 4, for me, yeah, there's still music going on here. Yeah, Gran Turismo 4 was crazy. It was brutal back in the day. I remember this. This was a breakthrough with Gran Turismo. With car driving simulation, you know, all that stuff. It is. It's a great game overall. And actually, it's running pretty well. Like, don't get me wrong. There is some lag here and there, but I'm not sure if that's due to the M1 Mac lacking resources. Oh, look at that. Remember yesterday in the preview? This didn't... Oh my god. I'm amazed. Okay, it's running better than expected. I'm surprised. I'm surprising myself in my own live stream here. I usually try to set up everything before, but let's go for it. Nürburgring. This is 720p. I have to set the game at 720p. However, it's actually not 896p. It's running at, let me just type it in, 1280 by 896. That's the resolution it's running at. And I can't run it any higher because the M1 MacBook Air will throttle. Okay, there. Are you seeing the lag? Just turning the corner there, the frame rate dropped a bit. And the temperatures are quickly rising to the high 80s. But, okay, now it's lagging a little bit again. It dropped to 30-something. It's still lagging, 39, 35. It's struggling right now. This could be due to settings. However, I do go on the PCSX2 website and I do try settings that other people have mentioned that works for them. But everybody is stating their settings for Windows and Linux. So the thing is that they don't work the same on the M1 Mac. Since actually I don't even think this is fully supported yet. So look, now it's running at 40 frames per second. Let's see if I can get to this. Okay, now changing the view, it went all the way back up to 60. But yeah, like I said earlier, I'm not really sure if this is due to the emulation or it's just the graphical GPUs. They just can't put up with it. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna show the full car here. See how this fares. Now it's running at 60 FPS. Now, if you have a much more powerful Mac, you can run this at a higher resolution, obviously. This game starts to look nice when it's above 1080p, 1440p. That's when the game starts looking fabulous. Yeah, it is demanding ice package. However, look, it dropped. It was at 88 degrees and now it went down to 87. Oh, 87, 88 degrees. That's still okay, you know, like as long as it doesn't go over 90 degrees, it won't start throttling. You guys can tell that performance is still at 60 FPS, so the CPU hasn't throttled just yet. And I do have to say that we are in the winter, at least here in the northern hemisphere. So in summer, it'll be even worse. I'm cutting through the grass. Yeah, so, you know, actually, all in all, it's not running all that bad, you know? Like, it did lag a bit. Let's try another map. Let's just try another map. Oh, another circuit, another track, actually. Like, we can get GT first Gran Turismo, Gran Turismo 2, Gran Turismo 3, Gran Turismo 4 is almost working, you know? We're getting there, you know? If you really want to enjoy good old classics, PlayStation 2 classics, if they take you back to your, you know, down memory lane. Let's see if I can get the Golf. The Golf 4 and the Golf 5. I'll take the 4. As I was saying, you know, I know lots of people think that gaming is all about AAA gaming. Yeah, well, we all understand what AAA gaming is, right? Like, many of us here, we own consoles, right? PlayStation 5, Xbox, whatnot, even PCs. But I believe that emulation and playing good old classics, like look at the cars, they look very nice, and it's running at 720p. But emulation is starting to get so nice and easy on the M1 Mac that I don't know. It's for me, it's just too good. Now we're in this. Yeah, exactly. It's all about classic games. I know maybe we're just stuck in the past somehow, but the other day I tested Need for Speed Underground and Need for Speed Underground 2 on the Nintendo GameCube. And it was like, oh my god, I had so much fun because I remember playing that game on PC back in the day at a resolution of 800 by 600. Like back in the day when I had a potato PC. I'm talking about like 128 megabytes of RAM, a 64 gigabyte graphics card, Pentium 3, Pentium 4, you know, a potato PC. And, you know, memories usually they tend to make you remember things that were really awesome back in the day, but resolution 800 by 600 or 1024 by 768. But now, like, you can revisit that game at 2K or even 4K if your PC or Mac can handle it. And it's like, wow, I don't know, for me. Even Resident Evil, I tested the other day Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3. I even tested Resident Evil 4. And I'm considering buying Resident Evil 4 on the Switch, you know. It's on sale today. It came out on sale now for $14.99. Yeah, even Super Nintendo. Everything, you know, and there's lots of, like, if you're a true gamer, it's not all about the bells and whistles that the AAA graphics can offer you. Like, there's a lot of games out there with such rich stories, and yeah, Underground was... Look, this is running pretty well. It's running at 60 FPS, no apparent lag. Temperature doesn't seem to reach 90 degrees, but I must say that is because we are streaming. So if you're at your home and you weren't streaming, you wouldn't be at 89 degrees. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. You just joined us. we're having a great time with the PlayStation 2 emulator here. I'm just going to type in hi there. There was a new release for the PlayStation 2 emulator for the M1 Mac, and we're testing out so many games. For me, it eclipsed PlayStation 3 because it's doing such a good job at emulating games on the PlayStation 2. Many of the games that I tested weeks before they weren't working at all. Like we tested earlier Gran Turismo 3, which wasn't working, and now it's working. Like now it's playable. You can play the game at 1080p. And right now we're testing Gran Turismo 4, which, except for a few glitches that were on the loading menus, look at the game. It's running 60 FPS. It's very, very impressive. Very impressive what's going on here with the PlayStation 2 emulator. And as someone said earlier, the PlayStation 2 has so many games. It just has so many games. Like, literally, you cannot get bored of playing games for the PlayStation 2. Everything is there. All these modern games that we have nowadays, they all started practically PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. It's crazy. So, guys, we tested Gran Turismo 3. I want to keep on testing a few more games. Let's get to it. What else do we have here? Oh, yes. Someone asked... Okay, well, actually, I'm going to test this one first. I know many of you have asked me to try Burnout Paradise City for PlayStation 3, but there's this ongoing issue with EA games in general on the PlayStation 3 emulator. I can't get any FIFA to run. I can't get any NBA, NHL, NCAA, nothing at all. No games that are made by EA seem to run. Even Skate 3, I'm having a hard time getting that to run. I think they just demand too many resources for the M1 MacBook Air. Now, PlayStation 2 is a different story. PlayStation 2 and GameCube, that's a whole different ballgame. EA games are running fine, like you can find on the channel Need for Speed, as I said. And we're gonna test out here Burnout 3, which is an old game, but it's fun. I find these games pretty fun. Let's see, single event here. Race, whatever. I thought I got rid of the music. Okay, so YouTube is definitely going to give me a hard time. So yeah, all the rules. So yeah, as I was saying, look at all the games you can play on PlayStation 2. We've tested all the Silent Hills. Those are brutal. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just talking about. This recent build, this recent update to the PCSX2 emulator for the M1 Mac is out of this world. Like, for me, it eclipsed PlayStation 3 because, PlayStation 3, I think I'm personally hitting the limit. I've tested all. I think I've done anywhere between 20 to 20 some games. They're on the channel. And I have another 20 games on the emulator, just waiting for the emulator to be further optimized so that I can actually make videos and upload them. But we're looking at around 40 games that I've tested on PlayStation 3, and most of the games are like major titles. So I can't get Heavy Rain isn't going to run, Uncharted isn't going to run, The Last of Us isn't going to run. Those games, they're very demanding. They're end of the generation for PlayStation 3, so you're going to probably need like a 3080 Ti and some i7 whatever to get that running, right? Not the M1 MacBook Air, a 10 watt SoC, obviously, right? So those games, I'm not even going to bother with them. I can't get Red Dead Redemption or anything, but PlayStation 2, okay, PlayStation 2 is a whole different story. Today I tried God of War 2, which it was lagging because the MacBook Air is hitting thermal throttling, just constantly. It's thermal throttling all the time. It's throttling, but when I'm not streaming, it does run fairly well. And please, just let me play. This guy is so annoying. Just let me play the game, God. There's tons of games for PlayStation 2. It's just brutal, and GameCube as well. Like GameCube and PlayStation 2, they were out at the same time. And the thing is that the games that I wasn't able to get running on PlayStation 2, I was able to get them running on GameCube. But now PlayStation 2 is emulating it very nicely. Okay, I want to get rid of the music. That was Fall Out Boy. I do like that band, however. How do I get out of here? Okay, here. So yeah, this game, it is like, it's not running at a steady 60 FPS. And yes, there are scaling issues, of course. This is what I'm always mentioning about. This is what D4DOA mentioned once, that the game is in interlaced mode, and we would have to force progressive mode so that the scaling would be much nicer. However, for the sake of testing the game, yeah, the system is going to throttle any moment now. The temperature went all the way up to 91 degrees already. Yeah, but look at it. It's still going strong, 50 FPS. And it doesn't feel like it's lagging, you know. Despite the inconsistency with the frame rate, the game doesn't feel laggish at all. Yeah, I would say that the limit on the M1 MacBook Air is also around 1080p. There are some games, like GameCube games, it really depends on the emulator. Like Dolphin Emulator, as we were saying before earlier, the it's so well optimized, it's coded in ARM and everything, that you can get games to run at 4K and even 2K. However, the sweet spot for this computer is 1080p, because since it lags the it lacks the fan, it doesn't have any active cooling. If you want to be able to play your game comfortably, and you don't want to kill your computer in the process of doing so, well, you need to find, you know, that sweet spot. And I would say that on the M1 MacBook Air, that's 1080p. 1080p is what's working for me all the time. Xbox emulation isn't working currently on the Mac. There is no Xbox emulation on the Mac right now. No, it's only out for Windows. It's not out for Mac. And since we don't have Boot Camp anymore, we don't have native x86 Boot Camp anymore, at least on the M1 chips, there is no point. Yeah, this lag is due to thermal throttling, eh? Just keep that in mind. The game doesn't lag in normal conditions. The system is throttling now, so that's why it's lagging. But doesn't it have to be... I thought it... Doesn't it have to be... Can you emulate Xemu? I thought we talked about... We discussed this last week. And you weren't able. Can someone double check that? Because if you can emulate Xbox, well, you know, I wonder why I haven't just yet. But I thought there was nothing available for the ARM architecture. I could be mistaken, guys. I don't know everything, obviously. That's enough of this game. I could be mistaken. I could be mistaken. We still have a few games to try here. This one. Okay, guys. Thank you for... Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That is fantastic news, actually. Let's see. Okay. Halo 1 and Halo 2. Oh, I'm getting excited, guys. I'm getting really excited. I'm getting really excited. Halo 1 and Halo 2. This is very exciting. I'm a Halo fan. Wow. Okay, I probably need flash. I need all this. Okay, 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 okay. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Thank you. Brown Boy 69, Brown Boy. Okay, okay. My God, this is going to be very... This is good. This is good news for the channel, too. This is good news for everyone. We're going to start testing... Okay, but, you know, it's worth a shot, I guess. You know, it's worth a shot, isn't it? I guess it's worth a shot, you know. Maybe it all ends up being, you know, worthless, but, you know, I guess we could give it a shot. Let's see if I can do anything here live. Xbox. Xbox, 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 Xbox. Ooh, but we're going to have a hard time finding... So this can... Okay. Where am I going to get... Oh my God, that's right. I don't have that many original games, actually, for Xbox. I do have Halo 1 and Halo 2, though. Where can I get the firmware? We're going to have to look for that. Let's see. I got... Okay, okay. I'm getting overexcited here. Yes. We will need to get whatchamacallit. Where would we be able to get this from? Okay, this looks like crap. This looks like this is totally fake. Okay, this seems somewhat more reliable. However, Okay, I'm back. Just so that, you know, anybody who's watching this thinks this has anything to do with piracy. There is no piracy here, my friends. No piracy. We fully own these games. And I own the original Xbox. I'm just stating this for Big Brother, okay? This is for Big Brother to know that I own the original Xbox games. Okay, and this is the DVD reader. So, you know what? Forget about Metal Gear Solid. We'll try that some other time. And we are going to reconfigure everything. We're still giving me a hard time here. Okay, let's see what we can do. Okay, don't worry. Okay. Let's just get the DVD running. Oh, wait. Got the wrong cable here. Now I need the cable. Jesus Christ, this is such a pain. Okay, here's the cable. I forgot it was one of these thick boys. You know, these thick boy cables, you know, the printer ones. Okay, let's see what we can do here, guys. Are we still live? Are we still live? Are we still live, everybody? Yes, we are. I think we are. Are we? Let's see. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, it's because I hit the dongle and the DVD tray just pulled so much power out of the dongle that, you know, everything. So, for the record, this is the original Halo game for the original Xbox, just for the record. Just for the record too, original Halo. Putting it into the DVD player. Okay, the DVD doesn't have enough power. Okay, now it does have power. We are live. Nope, not enough power just yet. I'm having power issues here with the dongles. Yeah, I have two hubs actually. I would have to do a quick switch here. Let me just double check. It's lacking power. Okay, wait. I'm going to do a quick switch here. Okay, you guys can still hear me? I just switched the camera with the DVD tray. Okay, we're moving to the secondary camera for a second here. Okay, I think we're live again. Are we good? Are we good? We should be good, guys. We should be live. Okay. Okay, it's reading it. I switched it out. Okay, we're here. You see the DVD here? This is it. This should be Halo. So let's go for it. Okay, wait. Load disk. Oh no, it's not gonna load. I'm gonna have to rip it. Really? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I would have to rip the How do we do that now? That is kind of I'm not sure if I should do that on a live stream. Let's see if I can find it quickly on the internet. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Doesn't seem like we're gonna get. Yeah, exactly. It's not live stream friendly. I think we're pushing our chances. I'm pushing my luck enough as it is. Luckily, I do own the games, so they can't say crap. Ah, we were getting so far. Let's see if I can load it. Nope. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Not at least today. I would have to test this. I don't know, guys. If I get harassed by YouTube, we'll just move to Twitch. Okay, so I'm gonna have to try this. You know, I'm gonna have to rip the CD, and I'm gonna have to create the ISO file for this. And yeah, that'll take more time. I can't do that during the live stream. However, what I can show you is that I have Halo 1, which is pretty cool. Fahrenheit, which is an awesome game. Highly recommended if you haven't. This is a really awesome game. Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2. These are brutal games. I love these games. Actually, I have a video. I want to upload a video on Max Payne 1, which is really cool. And as I said earlier, Halo 2. So these are the 2, 4, 5. I have like 4, 5, 6 games that I can legally test for. I also own the original Xbox. It's somewhere around the house. It's broken. The hard drive broke. So forget about that. So you know what? We're just gonna go back to the PlayStation 2 emulator, and we're gonna finish what we started there. Okay, so I'm gonna switch back. We're gonna switch back to PlayStation 2. But hey, buddy, Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2 are all-time classics. You know, I feel really bad for Remedy. They didn't have any luck with those games, but they are brutal. To be honest, I do wanna post a video. I actually have the game here. I bought it for iPad. Yeah, it does. It does. It does throttle. Yeah. It depends a lot on the game, though. Like, it depends on what you're playing. If I'm playing Vice City or, you know, like Max Payne, well, you know, it's not gonna throttle. But while I was testing today, you know, PlayStation 3 emulator, it was. Yeah, and it was pretty cool setting it up, actually. I actually enjoyed it. I have to upload a video on this specific game. This is a masterpiece. A masterpiece. This is the... Yeah, I want to take a second here to thank you all. I know there's some lag right now between what I'm saying and what I'm reading on the chat, but I want to thank you all for just helping me. I got really hyped up when I figured out that XEMU was available for was a universal app, and I'm looking forward to putting some work into that. I'm gonna have to rip the CDs to get the original images. And I will definitely be testing that, you know, like it would be brutal to play Halo 1 and Halo 2. Like I know there's tons of Halos right now. You can get the Halo Master Chief Collection remastered, 4K, 60 FPS, blah, 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 and whatnot. But if you appreciate good old classics, games just as they were back in the day, Halo 1 and Halo 2 are really, really, really cool games. And I do want to state one thing. Halo 1 was originally developed for the Mac. They had the Mac in mind for Halo 1, you know, that you must know. So, this video is going to be flagged all over the place. Like, there's so many songs going on. YouTube is just going to kill me. There's going to be so much copyright infringement here. Okay, I see what's going on here. No, actually, I don't. What is going on here? Okay. Okay, once again, the camera just dropped. Okay, great. Great, that's good. That should be good. Should all be good now. Should all be good now. We should be good. Okay, so guys, we're going to test one more game here before wrapping it up. It's actually quite late. It's 12:15. But this was actually pretty cool. I'm having tons of fun today. Here we go. Having lots of fun today. This is, yeah, we should do more live streams or maybe, I don't know, like I would have to check out I really have to read the policy for YouTube and Twitch. Maybe we should do these things on Discord. You know, and keep, you know, streaming friendly stuff for YouTube. Just for the record, but yeah. So, just as a last test here, we are going to try one of the greatest classics. I believe Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater was one of the games that was at the end of the generation for PlayStation 3, and it really pushed the hardware to its limits. I believe this game. What other games pushed the PlayStation 3 to the limit? Gran Turismo 4. No. Sorry, the PlayStation 2. Gran Turismo 4 did. Wattage. Can you believe I can't really read that?
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West.
I can't really find it. I haven't found the way.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
Yeah, but that's the No, but that's the charger brick, the power brick. That's the power brick. Yeah. I would have to buy one of those meters. I just can't. I haven't found software that gives me those readings yet. I remember on my Intel Mac, it would give me all the power information. doesn't say crap. Anyways, guys, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater on the M1 Mac. Isn't this amazing? This was I believe it's one of the games that pushed the PlayStation 2 to its limits, to its hardware limits. You can play almost, well, Metal Gear Solid 4 and Metal Gear Solid 5 and all those games, they don't run, obviously. But hey, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, they seem to be running pretty fine. See if we can get a little further in the game, but... So guys, hopefully next week I'll be able to come back with some... Yeah, it looks very good. Resolution is only 720p, eh? I can't set it any higher or the system will lag. But it's 60 FPS and it's not glitching or anything.
Snake, try to remember some of the big...
It looks quite similar. Well, I guess it all boils down to the upscaling, eh? Let's just try 1080p for the sake of it. Whoops. Yeah, 1080p drops performance a bit. This was a demanding game for the PlayStation 2. But it's looking nice overall. Like, I'm amazed, guys. I know lots of people say, oh, they're not AAA games, blah, blah, blah. But, whoops. Time to sleep, Mr. Crocodile. Time to go to bed. Oh, damn. I should pick up that... It's just 60 FPS, running at almost... Yeah, it is because it's a smaller window. Let's see if I can max it out a little more here. So I can give you guys a little bigger. Yeah, it does run solid. It's just, we just got to keep in mind, look at the temperatures, guys. They are at around 90 degrees. So, and we are getting those vertical lines again. Look at that. I wonder why. Maybe it has to do with the scaling. Maybe it has to do with me just stretching out the window. I don't know.
Snake?
But I would drop the resolution back down to 720p just because the system It's getting a little too hot, and then it's, yeah, you can really tell how texture resolution just dropped there. Oh, there's a guy around there, so if he shows up, I'm gonna have to shoot him. Where's the guy? Oh, he's over there. My favorite PlayStation 2 game. I don't know, maybe Silent Hill 4 Slender. I don't know, there's so many games, as we said earlier. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't say. There's something there in the grass, eh? What is your favorite PlayStation 2 game? Ooh, Sly Cooper trilogy. Okay, we messed up. We messed up bad here. Tony Hawk Underground. You know what? We're just going to move on to chat mode here. Let's see. Let's switch to chat mode. Okay, here we are. Now I can read you guys here. Let me know your favorite games, guys. I'm going to write them down, and I'm going to see if I can test them out. So, Sly Cooper. Tony Hawk Underground. Yeah, there's tons of games. Yeah, now that the PlayStation 2 emulator is running very fine. Oh my God, there's... Oh. There's lots of lag, guys, between what I'm saying, what I'm showing, and what you guys are seeing on the chat. It's a real pity. Oh, wait, damn. I'm not showing what I'm supposed to be showing. Stupid me. Here we go. I'm writing down here. I'm all quiet. And I'm like, why aren't these guys seeing what I'm seeing on screen? Now, I must say that this game doesn't lag. It's lagging now probably because, as you guys can see, the system is throttling again. Wow, it's lagging a lot for sure now. The system can't put up with it. Clonoa 2, WWE, SmackDown versus Raw, Path of Neo, Okay, that's enough. I have to stop. Everything's just lagging too much. So I'm just gonna head back here. And you know, we're gonna stop here because there's so much lag between what I'm reading, what I'm showing. It's very annoying. Like, this is such a mess right now. I think it had to do when I unplugged I unplugged the the webcam, and then my Ethernet adapter resetted, and then I had to replug it again, and so that created lag, and now there's lag all over the place, and on top of that the games are throttling. So this is a complete mess. I feel kind of bad because I really want to engage with you guys, since you guys are engaging with me, but it's just lagging like crazy. And I think that had to do with the whole swapping devices I did earlier. So we're going to wrap it up for today since it is quite late. And there are still a few games I didn't show you, but you know what? We'll do that next week. I have this whole week to set up games for the Xbox. We're gonna try the Xbox games, which can be lots of fun if we do manage to get it run and if performance is good enough. However, the original Xbox, if I'm not mistaken, was a modded Pentium 3, I think it was. Yeah. And on top of that, we'll get to other games like Silent Hill Shattered Memories. We'll revisit other games that I haven't tested today. I've noted here games like Dark Cloud, Soul Calibur 3, Tekken 5, Jake and Dexter, Rogue Galaxy, Phantasy Star Universe, Ratchet and Clank, Virtua Fighter. All these games I'm taking note, and for sure I'll be testing them, and I will keep on uploading videos to the channel. I usually it was a Pentium 3. I usually stream each Thursday. Every Thursday, actually. Yeah. And we usually test lots of games, like test games for PlayStation 3, then we test games for PlayStation 2. Now I kind of feel that PlayStation 2 has eclipsed PlayStation 3 since, the recent build that was released for PlayStation 2. It's just opened a whole new world of possibilities when it comes to emulating games. There are so many titles there on the PlayStation 2 that are worthwhile. So we're definitely going to visit that. We're definitely going to go through that. That's lots of fun. And I do want you guys to, part of this channel and part of these streams are also to show what the M1 is capable of. Like the M1 right now, if I could show you guys, it has 2 dongles. There is an SSD connected. This microphone is connected. The webcam is connected. It's also outputting display to a 4K monitor. There's a controller connected. Okay, so just figure all of that, and on top the streaming plus emulating. So if you guys can get a slight idea of how powerful the M1 is, that's just, for me, it's brutal. It's just this, like 1.29 kilo laptop with no fan is capable of doing all this. Imagine what the M1 Max can do, if we had that M1 Max, just that would just blow our expectations, right? So I'm going to try to get those Xbox games running. I'm going to try to rip the CD, see if I can get them running on the emulator. That's going to be lots of fun. I noted all these games that you guys have been writing on the channel. I will try to test them for sure, and if not, we'll see them live next week. That's for sure. I want to end this by thanking all of you once again for joining me here on the channel. Today I had tons of fun. Like when what's this guy, Brown Boy 469, I think he said, when he mentioned that there was the Xbox OG emulator, that got me really hyped up. So I just ran out for the DVD reader, my original games. That I don't know, it was tons of fun today just trying that out, even though it didn't work out in the end, but it gave me new ideas. And for sure, if we can get that up and running, new section on the channel, that's going to be tons of fun. And guys, it's a pleasure every Thursday here, just showing all the work I'm doing during the week, just trying to, testing so many games, because it takes lots of time just to get these games running, then adjusting the settings, especially with PlayStation 3, which is more of an alpha version, and the emulator keeps on crashing like crazy, and especially when you're installing it, and I have to do lots of space management here on my MacBook because I have all my SSD, they're maxed out, my internal storage is maxed out, so there's a lot of work, going on behind all of this, and it's nice to showcase all of it on a live stream such as this. and it's lots of fun. Like just for these 3 hours being here with you guys, it's totally worth it, and just engaging and in the end yeah, and just being able to share our thoughts and ideas. It's tons of fun. We're just good old gamers here together, right? So guys, all in all, thank you once again, whoever's still around there. Hopefully YouTube won't give me a hard time with this stream. There's lots of copyright infringement going on. There's lots of music that was playing in the background. I'll see what I can do. If not, sadly, I will have to take the video down. I don't know. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what YouTube, I'll see how much of a hard time YouTube is going to give me in the immediate future. But yeah, guys, lots of fun today. Guys, have a great weekend. Tomorrow's Friday. It's the end of the week. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the weekend. I know it's a bit late. It's 20 to 1 a.m. here in Europe, but I guess it's worth it. So guys, we're gonna leave it here. We're gonna call it a day, and I'll just stick around in the chat for a few more minutes. So guys, once again, thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you all on next Thursday for the next live stream. I wasn't even gonna. I was thinking about not even streaming today because I woke up kind of sick in the throat, and I was like, but in the end, it was totally worth it. So guys, I'll see you next Thursday.